Remember your future. Yesterday, I came across this article by this doctor. He was talking about remembering your future, and I started listening to the YouTube video, and he was mentioning about how remembering your future is something that is senses that you use about reflecting on the past. And when you're reflecting on the past of things that has happened to you, your senses are heightened. You start not only thinking, but you start sensing about exactly how you felt when you are pondering on the past. You smell what you experienced, you see what you experience, you hear what you experience, you feel it as a whole, and your mind doesn't know the difference between that those senses that you are thinking of and reliving in the reality. And so when you use those same senses that you keep getting caught up in the nostalgia of your past instead of letting your past be just that, the past, you you are you are programming your mind and your body to respond to it in a negative way if you're reflecting on these negative experiences. But now when you focus on the future, it's different. It's not different. It's almost the same. But now the only difference is that you're focusing on the future of where you see your future self, a higher version of yourself in a better situation than what you currently are in and what you previously experienced. I've never really thought about the phrase of remembering your future. It sounds kind of oxymoronish, but in a way it is, but it does make sense when you really think about what the word remember is, and then you think about future, and then you put those two together, and the same way how we, and I want to be personal, I want to say the same way how because currently I am facing depression, and I get caught up in this stagnant state, you know. But because I keep thinking about, my past with my ex girlfriend, and and stuff, and I keep thinking about it, and I keep letting it depress me, depress my feelings, depress my emotions. And to be honest with you, it doesn't exist anymore. If you really think about it, it's the past. And whatever my feelings and my emotions that I'm experiencing, it's all on me to change that energy into something else. And for me to change that energy into something else, I believe it's the best way for me. What's more going to be more the word that I'm looking for, I guess you can say more. What I guess you're gonna say what would be better, a better alternative for me instead of pondering on my past. It will be better for me to, like I always use this term, this not this term but this phrase of chasing the highest version of yourself. It will be better for me to remember my future, and my future is the highest version of myself, even though I will never catch the highest version of myself. But if I stay in that process of chasing the highest version of myself, I will be getting better each and every day. And that's me making a contract, a non negotiable contract with myself, an agreement with myself that every single day is going to be a journey of me chasing the highest version of myself every single day, getting better, growing and growing. Like I can only get better from here. My current situation, I can only get better from here. My current studio, small studio that I live in, I can only get better from here. In the current depressive state that I'm in, I can only get better from here. And I keep getting better. I keep getting better. No matter where I am in life, I just keep advancing, keep excelling, keep it in moving, staying in that motion, keeping the momentum going consistently on and on and on. I will get better, and I am going to keep lecturing to myself, keep preaching to myself, keep writing, keep learning, keep studying, keep advancing, because what's more productive than that? You know, what's more productive than investing in my human capital? What's more productive than me keep developing these skills and molding myself? You know, and it doesn't have to be so much every day, but little by little, every single day, little by little, you know, brick by brick, layer by layer. I have this foundation. I have the foundation. The foundation is where I'm currently starting, where I currently am, my current emotional state, how I feel. So I have to feel my way into a better Dante. I have to feel my way to be a higher version than I was yesterday. And I have to keep feeling my way. I have to keep having these emotions. I have to force myself to feel it. And I have to force my spiritual world, my emotional world, my mental world to to be there. I have to think. I have to force myself to think how the future, my highest version will think. I have to force myself to feel, to have these emotions of what my highest version of myself emotions will be, what the emotional state of what my highest version will be. I have to transform myself. I have to change. I have to keep going. I have to get better and better and better and better. And I cannot stop until the day I die. And really, like, that's the journey of chasing the highest version of yourself. And that is interchangeably another phrase of remembering your future. I believe remembering your future and chasing the highest version of yourself is interchangeable. They're pretty much the same thing. You know, I am trying, not even trying, but I'm forcing myself to transition and to keep going until the day I die. One day we all are going to die, and it's supposed to be our life's journey, commitment to transform and to transition. And then when we die, we transition. If we have lived the life that we were supposed to have lived, we transition after death of meeting the highest version of ourselves. And then we are there. And if you are religious or whatever, then maybe, you know, you think about you being judged by Christ. You're at the highest version of yourself is facing Jesus Christ. And then you enter those gates of heaven. If you believe in the Bible or anything like that, or whatever religion you believe in, if you don't believe in any religion, then I'm not here to argue with you about that. Then you can just think of that there is, I believe, regardless, that there will be life after death, regardless of what we feel, what those experiences may be. Me personally, I believe it'll be heaven. You know, I believe that I will experience the kingdom of God. You know, but people don't. Some people don't believe in that, and that's fine. You don't have to think about that, but do think about you facing, eventually, you transforming after death to being the highest version of yourself. I did a snippet on TikTok when I was talking about being the highest version of yourself, and I was saying, you know, you made a life commitment to yourself, but you will never catch yourself, because that's the whole point of chasing the highest version of yourself, because you're never going to catch yourself, you know. And somebody commented and said, they said, don't chase, be it. I mean, sounds good, you know, don't chase it, be it. I mean, I would say it depends on what exactly do you mean by not chasing it, being it. And if you're referring to my phrase of me saying, me chasing the highest version of myself, that's the whole point. I will never be the highest version of myself. I can be a higher version of myself the previous day, but I will never be the highest version of myself. That to me is, you pretty much are saying that I am going to one day experience living to be in a perfect state. And I believe that perfectionism is a fallacy. It doesn't exist. If you are living on this earth where scarcity exists and where things can always get better, then you are not going to be perfect. You are not going to find solutions. There are no such thing as solutions. There are only trade-offs. There is no such thing as being perfect there, but there is a such thing as getting better. And when you get better, that is a life consistency of you keep getting better. If you are a person who is going to keep getting better and keep growing, then you are not perfect, because if you're perfect, you're sitting there like, I don't have to get any better. There is no room for growth. So if there's no room for growth, then you might as well just die. If you're not going to get better, you might as well just die. So that's the whole point of chasing the highest version of yourself. That's the whole concept, that you will never find, you will never meet the highest version of yourself until you die. So remember your future. I love that phrase. I'm glad I came across that. That's what I do. I do a lot of research. I do a lot of studying. I do a lot of reading. I listen to a variety of YouTube videos all day, every day. I listen to a variety of audiobooks all day, every day. I do have my foundation of what I believe in, of what I currently believe in, of what I currently practice. That is my foundation. I go based off facts, and then from facts, I will be open to other information. I consume the information. It's up to me if I choose to believe in it based on me being a factual person and based on the empirical data that I come across and that I currently have. So it's up to me if I decide to take that information in, or if I decide not to take it in, I just use it as a internal library, so I can understand where other people is talking about. Because people say things to me all day, every day, but it doesn't mean they're right. But I could understand where they're coming from, and then I can have a conversation with them, and I can challenge their way of thinking, their judgment, their beliefs, their principles, their values. Because that's what I do. I challenge myself. So why would I not challenge you? Why would I not challenge others? Why would I not challenge that other people's perceptions and their beliefs? That's growth. We're conversating, we're communicating. I don't believe in always having a conversation where we always have agreement. Conflict is necessary. Confrontation is necessary. It just depends on how you present it, how you come across. So practice it. And I'm preaching to myself. I'm practicing it. I am. And I will admit, it's very hard. It's tough. It's remembering your future. That is something that is very hard. But I'd rather practice remembering my future than remembering my past. And I will leave it there. I love you all. God bless.